Hi guys, how are you? Welcome back to our calculus 2 classes. Yesterday in part 4, while we're finding the volume using shells, there is small mistake in one of the problem in integration by parts. And I mentioned in the previous video in the note in the forum that just wait for me to resolve this problem one more time. Don't forget to tell your friend that the SAT classes start soon, June 25, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And this is what we're gonna discuss. Okay, let me just go directly to my note. And tell you what I need to do. This is the problem, yesterday problem. Is about x-axis. Just quickly here, this is the rules. Go back to the class and see the rules here, right? X, right? Good. You want me to do this one, the volume. We need to find the volume between y equal e to the x and x equal to and x-axis, right? And x-axis about, we're gonna revolve it about what? About x-axis. About what? X-axis here, yes. Since we have the rule saying about x-axis for the shells method, here, the shell, using what? Shell method, then this is my rule. I have one function. But the function given in y equal e to the x, I need to solve this function in terms of y, in terms of x. And then x-axis, I told you yesterday x-axis mean what? X-axis mean y equals 0. And y-axis. And y-axis. The first thing, let me just solve this function for y. I'm going to solve it here. Just let me move the graph. If you watched yesterday class, move the graph here. Okay. Let me solve this function for x to have f of y. Y equal e to the x. This means from pre-calculus x equal ln y. Remember this rule. Okay. This means x equal ln y. Good. Now we need to find the limit of integration, a and what? B. Since he said let me just graph it again. Since he said the limit of integration, when x equal to the function y equal to the x, this y equal to the x, the graph of y to the x goes in like this and go up. Okay. And we know the intersection between e to the x and the x-axis and the y-axis is 1. Left to find this point. This x equal to when x equal to y equal, when x equal to the 2, y equal e squared. Then my integration from 1 to the e squared, this what I want to revolve, this the area I want to revolve about x axis. Okay. This is my function, volume equal 2 pi from 1 to e squared, 1 to e squared, y then y, y then y dy. Here, what happened yesterday, a small mistake. We use integration by part. Integration by what? Integration by parts. Which is, if you remember the rule, u v minus integration v du. Okay. Which one is u? U equal len y, then du equal 1 over y. Now, that exactly what happened yesterday. Now we said dv equal y, dy, then v equal y squared over 2. That, okay. Then my integration will be uv y squared over 2 len y minus the integration of v du is, you see here 1/2, I can take the 1/2 out, and if you multiply v times du, multiply on the side, 1 over y times y squared over 2, this cancel with this gives you y, this y, dy. Now, I know the limit of the integration, and this is large eraser. You have space. Okay, just move it from my mouth. Okay, and this equals y squared over 2 len y minus half integration of y squared over 2, and my limit of the integration from 0 to where? From 1 to e squared. Now start to plug your numbers. Equal e squared over 2 len e squared minus 2 times 2 is 4, and e squared, right? E squared squared. Y is e squared squared, all minus 1/2 len 1 minus 1 squared over 4. Len in the side here, len e squared equal to len e, and len e equal to 1. Then it is equal to, then len e squared equal to 2. Then this equal e squared over 2 time what here? We said this equal to the 2 just in the side of the board. Here 2 minus e squared over 4 minus len 1 equal what? 0. Len 1 equal to 0. This is going to be 0. And this negative 1 over 4. Okay, just simplify your answer. Equal, this cancel, e squared. I don't need the parentheses. E squared minus e squared over 4 plus 1 over 4. And don't forget we have here 2 pi from the beginning of the integration. 2 pi, and here we have 1, right? Multiply by 4 by 4, is this e to the 4. This is e to the 4. This is e to the 4. 2 pi, e squared, when we have e squared, right? Multiply by 4 by 4, 4 over 4, minus e squared over 4 plus 1, 4, which is all 4, right? Now, equal 2 pi four e squared minus e, I keep writing square, which is 4, minus e to the 4 plus 1 all over 1, 4. Watch here, 2 and 2. Let me erase this one. Then we can write it as pi over 2. This 2 goes out. 4 e squared e to the 4 plus 1. Again, I'm going to read this problem for you guys. Go to detail. Now my integration, he wants me to find the volume resulting from revolving the area between y equal e to the x, x equal to x axis, y equal 0, and the y axis about x axis. Since he said about x axis, quickly my formula v equal 2 pi a to the by of y. Then the function is solved for x, for y here I need to solve for x, y equal to the x equal x, x equal then y. I apply the value of x here 2 to find what y equal when x equal 2, then y equal e squared. If you graph e to the x, the intersection between the y-axis and the function y e to the x is 1, then my integration from 1 to e squared y then y dy. Then we do this main integration by part, uv minus v du, u equal ln y, du equal 1 over y, dy, then dv equal y dy, v equal y squared over 2, then you finish the problem. Okay, that's what happened yesterday, and today did the correction. Please repeat this video. Thank you guys, and don't forget to subscribe and like. Thank you and have a nice day.